to Pakistan. Shad. Wait, I have to unmute you. Yes, Shad, welcome.
Yeah, you can hear our voice clearly. So let me welcome you, Ingun, to Pakistan, even virtual, but you're still welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have a lot of young girls sitting here looking at me. I will be just like moving the camera to them as well. We're just starting our discussion, maybe in many languages, because we would like to speak in Urdu and so many languages, not only in English. But we will be having you an introduction, and we would like you to share more about female waves of change with us, with these young girls. And our friend Gulnaz Sheikh, she's also sitting here. She's also going to speak about many things, like, as we have already mentioned, that I am a woman and my voice is my power, and the feminine energy, the feminine values, and we reject patriarchy and so many things. So I would like to start the session with the introduction here. So first I would like to start from myself. I'm Shad Begum, and I am the social activist and especially working for women's rights in my country, with special focus on the region I belong to, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And I just have passion for like the work I'm doing in Pakistan. I'm really enjoying my work, and then I'm also happy that I am part of the Female Waves of Change. And I'm looking forward to these girls and Gulnaz Sheikh. They would be also joining us in the Female Waves of Change. So here I would like to ask Gulnaz to share her introduction with us.
Hi.
Good morning.
So my name is Gulnaz Sheikh, and me and Shad working for so long on social activism and on women rights, and nowadays we are patiently working for the women's economic empowerment. So I now say in my introduction, I only don't say I am a social activist, but I am a social entrepreneur now, because I think that women should be economically empowered to raise her voice. So I would like to give the chance others to introduce, then we'll talk again.
Thank you.
Me, Jan Muhammad, working with Begum for the last 15 years.
Yeah, okay. Urdu की बोलें?
नाम बताएं?
Okay, she is Manali.
My name is Khan.
Yeah, please.
Can you help me in this moving the screen?
My name is Khan.
I think yeah.
And you are student?
And I'm in class 10.
Wow. Okay.
She is studying in class 10.
She's in grade 10. Yeah.
Hey, my name is Amreen, and I'm doing BS Psychology.
Your hand like this.
Hello. And I'm student of Bachelor. And that's it. I'm from Hello.
Hello? Yes, we can hear you.
My name is Fariyar Taf, and I am also doing BS Psychology from International Islamic University.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Fiza Ayub, and I am a student of International Islamic University, Islamabad, and I am doing BS Psychology, and I'm having 4th semester, and we are working with ABKT on our final project of community psychology, and we really appreciate your this platform, Female Wave Change, because female needs to empower, and female needs to know about herself, that she is something and she can do whatever she wants by educating herself, and by doing this kind of platform we can do whatever we want. And thank you for this, really great.
Good morning and assalamu alaikum. My name is Somar Khan, and I am from International Islamic University, and I am doing BS Psychology from this university, and we are working on a project because we are having this project, and inshallah we will do it.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Samir Khan and I'm working as a program manager in development and Ubiquity Association for Behavior in Knowledge Transformation with my respected Executive Director, Shad Begum. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
And this here is Jennifer. Hello, my name is Jennifer Camron from the Netherlands, an international business coach.
Wow.
And board member of the Female Wave of Change.
Okay, the founder. Okay, the founder of Female Waves of Change.
She's board member. I'm a board member. I'm not the founder.
Okay. Thank you for being with us here in the meeting. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so we would like to hear more about Female Waves of Change and
what is going on.
Yeah, so we are going to initiate a session after this introduction about, Gulnaz will be speaking about the areas I mentioned earlier, that even a lot of people, most of the time, either they don't understand or like they misunderstand the feminism, what feminism is. So we will be discussing things around feminism, and then about the feminine energy, that how we're using the feminine energy, we can contribute to the change process. And while doing that, we need to know what are the feminine values we need to move on with and to do the work we're doing for women, for transgenders, for all the people, their voices are unheard or they're marginalized. And then we will be a little bit, of course, like in our own situation, we will be trying to understand the patriarchy. We will be trying to understand the ways for women to become economically empowered, because even I'm working for the last 20 years for women's and girls' rights in Pakistan, especially in the region which is so much affected by the militancy and so many other issues. So one of the learning I actually realized from my work, and that was by the time we will not help or support or guide or mentor women to become economically independent and empowered, we cannot really help them to become empowered and to have their own space in this society where they will have recognition and acknowledgement of their efforts. So we're going to talk about these things, not only to talk, but to relate them to our life and our work we're doing. That how we see these things, how these young girls, they see these things, because these young girls are already engaged in one of the research with us that is about to understand the transgender community needs in Pakistan. Mm-hmm. So we're going to discuss a lot. I'm so excited for all these things. And Gulnaz is here. She's an example of this a very great combination, that she is a social activist, but she's a businesswoman. So she is a role model for us today here in this event. So we will be more listening to her and then question. And of course, you, as long as you are here and can join us, so you're welcome.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Well, those are very, very, very interesting topics, Shad. It's it's amazing, and the fact alone that we talk about it, that's already, that's where it starts. And I do believe that there's a big difference between Pakistan and a lot of other countries. I do believe that it's still very patriarchal, very difficult word, very male dominated. Yeah. And I do think that we have taken some steps there, but it's still, the situation in many, many also countries where we think there is more balance, there actually still isn't. There is still so much friction between the two, and that's also a question we get regularly. Why don't we involve the men immediately? And I do believe that it is very strong that you have men in the room right there. If you want to get be more in balance, then I will say it's like this, and maybe your country is like this. The difference. I don't like doing this. I like doing this. We have to get these women more step into their leadership, but do it the feminine way. You know, if I look at the situation right now in the world, it is not really a great place to live. You know, and wherever you are, and look only at the marches that will be today in the United States about the gun control, about being safe and things like that. You know, it is very important to be involved and to you know, to step into that leadership, and that is where women really have to. One, it's important to become that leader. That's very important. Second, it is important that in a world that we live in right now, and that is not really a world we're proud of, we need those feminine values and we need that feminine energy. It's a world of change, but we have to redirect that change. And redirecting change is by changing from the masculine way into the feminine way. And it doesn't mean that the masculine way is not good, but you know, it got us where we are today. So we really need to do something else. And you know, a day like today with these online, you know, I am so humbled to be in the same room with you.
Yes, and emotional.
You know, it is this, yes. I have shed some tears already today. But
well, I did also.
Yeah, this is so amazing that we are in the same room, and not just we, you know, all the people who are listening in right now, they are in the same room. There is this sisterhood. There is this, we have to do it together. That collaboration, that's not about ego, but about we are going to do it. And that is very strong if you look at the feminine way. And you know, it's what is happening in your country. And I saw, of course, what is you posted about women casting their votes.
Yeah.
You know, we have to sit at the table. So if you're not able to cast your vote, and here in the Netherlands, you know, we had to vote last Wednesday, and I know that there are so many women who are not going to vote. You know, we need those votes just to get the women at the table.
Yes.
We need to be there. And that's the same in your country. And I don't think that we women all need to be in the top of organizations, and we all need to be high in politics. It's very small at the top, you know. Big organizations and politics is still that very pyramid hierarchical structure, and it's very small at the top. So where we can do the groundwork, and that's also very important on a day like this, we have to do that groundwork, and we have to do it at grassroots level. We have to do it at each and every level in society.
Yes.
So that's why I love to be, you know, and even here that there's these young women already, you know, in your room that want to be involved
and want to be heard.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, we can hear you. Ingun, we can hear your voice. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you look at the female wave of change, we want to connect women worldwide, you know, and we want to share our knowledge and experience. And sharing our knowledge is a two-way road. You know, it is not us telling you what to do. We can learn as much from everyone in your room as you can from us. So that's very important. We want to share that knowledge and experience. And what we want is, and that's very important also if you look at economic empowerment, we want to address issues together. You know, we are facing challenges in the world. We are you know, there are so many things we need to talk about, and you know, only on a day like this, each and every speaker addresses something that I think, oh, we have to do something about it. We are going to work in international mastermind groups to address these issues. But why? Because we want to get something out of it. Not just the solution of the problem, but we want to get new businesses, new opportunities, new projects, new NGOs.
And our voice heard.
And have our voice heard. But we want to, you know, what comes out of it has also to be something that we can earn money with, because we need to be economically empowered, and if you have your own income stream, you can take decisions, you know, and you're much more capable of, you know, of sitting at the table. What you said, you know, just of your, I'm terrible with names, but the lady that she's not just there and not just a social activist, but she's also an entrepreneur. We all have to be social activists and entrepreneurs. I think that's very important. So this is actually something we are going to work on. Female Wave of Change will work on empowerment of women. We will work on joining forces in these mastermind groups and create that wave of new activities. This is really something that we would like to accomplish in the next year. We want to do it fast.
Yeah, because we should not every time say that we still need to have time to go for it. I would say we are so much late to do it. We need to do it right now.
Yes, the time is now.
Yeah, the time is now.
Yeah. Did you want to add something?
No, I'm just getting emotional. It's so beautiful to see all of these things. And to be a part of it.
Yeah, so all these girls, you people would like to add anything or you express anything and then we can move further. Yeah, you want to ask anything, any question about the Netherlands, that what are the women issues, like the way, anything you want.
Ma'am, I have a question. Actually, I don't have knowledge about Netherlands. Would you please add something about Netherlands? That what is the position of right now women in Netherlands? Are they getting their rights? As you're saying that we need to empower women and we need to get them education great. So my question is that is Netherlands women are getting education, a perfect education that is great to empower the ladies?
Okay, it's about the education. Yes, in the Netherlands we have education for everyone. Yes, it's even by a law that you have to be in school until the age of 16, 17, 18. You know, they really want us in school. So the education is there. But I do believe that not everyone uses education, realizes enough how important it is to develop yourself, you know, and it can be at any level, but you have to develop that yourself. Plus, I do believe that also the education system that we have right now, and I don't know about Pakistan, but the education system we have here is based on 100, maybe 200 years ago, you know, learning things by heart, you know, doing exams. Well, if you look towards the future, you know, we need the next generation to be educated, to be creative, to be innovative, to be able to work together in teams, to, you know, they ask totally different things from your generation that is growing up. And if you compare it to what we had to do, you know, if you were educated like 80 years ago, you were educated for a job and you would probably keep it for the rest of your life. Now, change is happening so fast that your generation will probably have to change careers every 10 years. So you will have to keep up with change and you will have to be creative in what to do. And it's, you know, and I think we want you to be entrepreneurs. We want you to take responsibility.
Yes, of course, take responsibility of your own life. And nowadays we have the internet, so you don't have to learn alone of the books, but you can learn all over the world and take responsibility.
And do things like what you're doing now today. Sit together and talk about it. That's so important. And but yes, everyone has to go to school here in the Netherlands. Yeah.
Because education is the only key to empower women. Without education, we can't empower ladies. That's right. Education is very important. Thank you.
It is very important. And our last speaker, Mariska, she said, education is potential power. You know, being educated and really not just knowing, but be able to do something with your knowledge that's very important, and that's power.
And to share your knowledge.
Yeah.
Because sharing is caring.
Yeah, it's a very good.
And that is a very feminine value.
Yeah, it's a feminine.
And take others on your trip, take others on your journey. You know, if you are where you want to be and you are being that leader, next time when you have a group like this together, take one or two of your friends and make sure that they get involved as well, because that's the way that we are creating those waves.
Yeah.
For this, we really appreciate Ma'am Shad said that she invited us and she gave us that kind of platform that is really, really important for us. And we also thankful for you that.
We also want to thank her.
Yeah.
Very important.
So, Ingun, Sami is having a question. He wants to ask something. And okay, so I'm turning the camera towards Sami, and Sami is going to ask a question. Sami, okay, she can see you. Okay.
And when I have this question, like, you know, in the third world countries, like most of the girls, they're being killed on the basis of honor, or they are being raped. So is there any ratio in the European countries, like you're being through these social tables and all social practices they went through? Or is it still going? I mean, so what is the ratio of rape and honor killing in that part of the world?
I couldn't hear it.
No, but maybe Shad, can you please help us?
Can you please repeat it?
Okay. Sami is asking actually about the that in Pakistan, like there are these many challenges when it comes to women issues. But one of the issue, actually, even these days, we are working on some intervention and planning, and that is the honor killing. I hope you know what honor killing is, of course. Yeah. Honor killing and rape. Rape is actually if these girls sitting every day when you open the social media like Twitter or Facebook, so you will see there is a girl child and there is rape and then she was killed. So this is so much happening in our country. So he was asking about when it comes to these critical situations, so how about things in Netherlands, that is these things are happening in the same thing, or the situation there is good, not like this, the way we have it?
Well, I think that there are also rapes over here. I don't think like in your country that is so spoken about.
Yeah, talked about. Yeah,
but it's also an issue over here.
Yeah,
and also with the lover boys. I don't know if you know about lover boys.
Yeah,
that's a big issue over here.
Yeah. I think what it is something that has been, you know, behind closed doors for a long time. Things happened in families, you know. Women or children were raped within their family, you know, or sexual assault. It was at schools. We hear it a lot now. Recently, again, there's this swim teacher who raped 40 children. You know, there is still so much secrecy about it. It is here. It is absolutely here. And I think the Me Too movement really helped to speak out.
Yes.
But I do believe that absolutely violence against women is one of the major issues. And this morning we had Daniela from Brazil, from Fortaleza. She had her presentation and she showed us that violence against women is a major issue, but it's everywhere in the world. You know, it's maybe it's more behind closed doors here, but we need to speak out. And that's the same, for instance, with child marriages. we think it's always somewhere else. But last week I was reading an article about child marriages in the United States. In the last so many years, 250,000 girls under the age of 15 were in forced marriages in the United States, and nobody talks about it. So maybe they talk about it in your country, but in a lot of developed countries, they just sweep it under the rug and they, you know.
As if it doesn't exist.
But it's there.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we need to talk, we absolutely need to talk about it.
Yeah, in England, this is one of the criticism I always receive in my country. If ever we go to some forums, Gulnaz will agree with me and other colleagues will agree with me. When we highlight these issues in the media or in some forums, so our people are saying that these things are happening in West, even countries like America and so many other very well-developed countries, and they're not speaking about it. So yeah, they're actually, we are also, you know, like, go speechless most of the time. I've been to America, and even we were talking, this is why the question she asked about the Netherlands, this is one of the myth in our country, somehow saying that these countries are maybe very advanced and like good when it comes to the freedom and development of women. But sometimes they are saying they're having the issues, but they're not speaking about it, but you are more speaking about it. And here, actually, I would say one thing. I'll appreciate and I'll encourage and I'll acknowledge the efforts of the women and like the men also doing in my country for voicing up these marginalized communities and speaking up very boldly and even risking a lot of their things, life and their kids and their families, and speaking for the right things. So, and I have seen the people in other countries somewhere like compromising in like the way we are saying that women issues that matter, we need to discuss and we need to resolve them together.
Yeah.
And I will just like end with this, and then I would like to have one. I would like to have your feedback or your understanding that how you people look at feminism. What is feminism to you, and how you define patriarchy? Because then we are going to have a debate. So we would like to hear your perspective as well on this. What is patriarchy and what is feminism when it comes to your understanding about these issues?
Okay, well, I want to take it one step back because, especially also for the people who are listening online, we have at 1 o'clock, so that's almost an hour from now, we have Olivia Yamamoto speak from the United States. She's a 17-year-old, and she has, been able to pass a law on all this violence and sexual assault and things like that. And the law says that now in schools, they have to talk about it, and they have to let boys and girls together know what is acceptable. So that is very important. And we later on also have one of our speakers, Dr. Josephine. She will share her experience with sexual assault. So it's a major problem. About feminism. Feminism. If you would ask me if I'm a feminist, I would say no, but I don't know why. You know, if I think about feminism, and especially here in the Netherlands, there, you know, then we see these women that are very the activists and things like that, and I've never never considered myself an activist. And why? Because, and maybe I'm not, but this is my opinion, okay? When I see an activist, they're always focusing on the things that are not right. And what I like to be doing is focus on the things that I would like it to be. So I always focus on the positive, and I'm not really focusing on the negative. It's what I always say is we don't, we're not focused on the past, but we create a future. So I do believe that we have to, we have limited energy. and we want to move on fast. If you focus on the things that are not good, you lose energy, you lose time. But if you focus on the things to create the new, then you're in this positive wave of making changes. And that's the thing. And I don't know if all the feminists agree with me, but this is how I think.
Yes, I think that I'm a feminine and not a feminist, exactly as what you just said. I focus on the positive and the positive in the future, to create a better future.
Yeah, and a patriarchal society is, well, I think we all live in one. It's, you know, I don't know any society. Maybe, you know, I've learned that saw that in Iceland they have something. They made steps that are really making change happen for women. And but you know, it's still, most societies are so male dominated, and they have to play their part. You know, they don't. Please do not step back but be there, and but let's do it together.
Yeah,
that's when things are really going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would just like to add to this, and then going to the question, Gulnaz is having a question. So I'll just say, like, you know, a lot of time these names or like these jargons, like they people perceive them differently. Everyone, like, they perceive all these things with their understanding. So I would say, not going to like stuck with the words that, okay, I'm a feminist or feminine. Okay, we should not, but we need to understand the problem. So this is actually one of the criticism that I would not like anyone to call me feminist. Why? Even calling yourself feminist is, I think, not a problem, because how I define feminism, what I call feminist energy, that is standing up for the right thing, always creating and supporting positive energies, whatever positive is going on. And if something is wrong, so saying it, yeah, this is wrong. And even wrong and good, like if there is something and that is harming someone, even if that is harming an animal, not even a human being, and even if something is harming women, children, minority, transgender, based on anything, I will stand up for it, because I claim that I have this feminine energy. So this is like my definition there, what I am saying. And then the patriarchy, I would say, when I see this world like more male dominated, I see men more in trouble instead of a woman. Why? Because men in my family, for example, men in my country, they are told that you are responsible to earn, you're not going to cry because you are a solid person, you are strong, you cannot cry, you will not be a weak person. Women do cry because they're weak. So they're having more burden. And even a lot of, like, for example, if there is honor killing, so there is a suicide as well in men if they're not having a job, if they're not able to feed their family. So family will say, okay, this is not a strong man. So a lot of youth, even like in a young age, they go for suicide because they say we are not a strong man. Because society, all these labels, strong men, weak woman, weak girls, so we need to understand these names and these labels before using them or like following them. So this is how I see, like, and we need to understand this thing, because I would say in our country and many countries, not even in our country, even if you go and listen to some Indian songs, so a lot of time they will portray women just like a symbol of entertainment, or something which can entertain. Like if you see some of the songs, like I have been listening to Shabana Azmi, one of the women rights activists in India, and she was saying we have rape issue, but we need to understand what our music is saying about women. Music is saying about a woman is saying, I'm pretty and come and eat me. Like literally the song is meaning like that. I'm a woman and I'm a beautiful and you can. So she was saying, what message is this giving to a young generation?
Yeah.
That women is not something you go and eat or like, you beat or you do whatever. So all these messages matters to us. We need to be very careful about it while sharing them or while applying them to our life.
Absolutely.
So we have this question from our friend Gulnaz Sheikh. She's asking that how you distinguish the entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship. What is like the difference? And while asking this question, Ingun, I'm aware there are so many other friends and they're also sending messages, and they are also you are here until you want, because then we will be going in our discussion here with these young ladies.
Well, I am watching the time because in a couple of minutes time, we do have to move on to the next program that will be the panel with the millennials. So about social entrepreneurism and social engagement and being the entrepreneur, I think that if you build new companies right now, new businesses right now, and we have to realize what impact it has on everything, and especially also on the next generations, on what is happening, what we are creating. We really embrace the the global goals for sustainability for 2030. There are so many issues that we have to address, that we have to solve, but not every business, not every entrepreneur will be able to address one of these issues. But whatever they will be doing, let's do it a human way. Let's consider that we're not just that we have people working for us, but let's be very focused on our purpose that's in purpose for me, for instance, my purpose in life, but also the purpose for humanity and the purpose in leaving a better world for the next generation and things like that. So I really think that whatever we do, we need to be aware of what is going on. And I just told about this idea of the Aboriginals. They always think about the impact a decision has for 7 generations. So it's not just about me or you or earning a lot of money or doing whatever. It is about building a future, and it is about creating a future for the next generation and the next generation and so on. Does that a little bit answer the question?
Yeah, I think pretty much. Yeah. Because we were just sharing, initially there was just charity and there were businesses. So business people, there was for income for profit, and then the charity was for welfare and for human development. And now when we see the financial crisis in the world, so the money for both these sectors are shrinking. So now there is this combination of the social entrepreneurship. You do a business, you earn money, but you leave impact on the human lives. Yes. You help them to deal with their issues and their problems as well. Not only for money, but helping humanity. Because we all we should need to care about the world, the humans. Otherwise, we are going to have more challenges and more hurdles in our things. Okay, so Ingun, it was so nice discussion, and it was so great to have all these perspectives. We are going to talk about all these perspectives more in detail, and these girls are going to be part of Female Waves of Change. Even Gulnaz Sheikh, she's welcome. We will be doing the rest of the things, how we can do together, and in the future we will be hearing a lot of great things from the platform of Female Waves of Change as well in Pakistan.
Okay, but Shad, if possible, in the end of your meeting, do small vlogs if they want to, or do small vlogs, and that they speak out what they've learned and what their next step will be. I think that would really be nice. That
so we can broadcast it over here.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, we will do that. We will do that for sure. We will do that for sure. We will share that.
Thank you very much. And I'm very proud of each and every one over there.
Thank you.
That's right. It was really great that it took a while before we got you online, but it really was a pleasure to have you here.
And I'm very honored. Thank you very much.
Same here. Same here. Thank you. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye. Okay. That was really inspiring. And that's where we did not have a break.
Yeah.
So we will have to continue with the next step. But that's great. You know, it's amazing. And this is actually what we have been experiencing over the last year. What has been happening with the female wave of change. And, you know, and if you think about these small ripples, you know, that ripple effect. If Nyari had not introduced Shad, we would not have been talking to this group of young women in Afghanistan. So it's, you know, it's always, if you take that next step, just one step, it can be a big step, it can be a small step, but it is part of the change